All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to paint their door a vibrant shade of blue. Others have the need to decorate their bathroom with fish, anchors, and other nautical items. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of True Crime Time for Thursday. And I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
And we are going to bring you some more crazy stories today.
Yes.
Some not so crazy, some crazy.
This is pretty crazy. The one I'm starting off with is pretty crazy.
Okay. Well, I think it's next week, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get to announce the ticket sales. Patreon Convicts, thank you so much for your support. You will get 48 hours advance to, purchase. There's only so many VIP tickets, et cetera, and your discounts and all that. We'll explain all that to you as it gets a little bit closer. And as of now, April the 8th, I think is a Tuesday, I will be celebrity bartending at the Walk-Ons Sports Bistro in Zachary, Louisiana for the LSU game, and all of the tips that you give me and Kevin Garrett Kool-Aid that you give us will go directly to LOPA, Louisiana Organ Procurement Agency, and they are supposed to have a booth set up. And if you are so inclined, you can become a organ donor.
Yes.
And be a hero.
Yes.
Now tell us a story.
Lori Steele which is, the LOPA spokesperson.
She's awesome.
She is so excited.
Yeah, she's awesome.
We're going to Nevada for this arrest. Clark County, Nevada.
We were just there.
I know. We can't get out of these places.
Gigolos yesterday.
Well, this is, it's horrible, but so I recall watching Ghost Adventures
I've seen it, one or two of them, the different kinds of shows. I mean, like when they went to Myrtle Plantations in St. Franceville.
There was a prison one that I recall us watching.
I remember that too, yeah.
So the star, Aaron Goodwin, his wife has been arrested.
Okay.
She had a plot to kill him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can't wait to hear what the motive was and how she planned on doing it.
So Victoria Goodwin was arrested on March the 6th on charges of soliciting to commit murder and conspiring to commit murder.
Those are always the best when they have the undercover video and shit, especially when they fake the murder and then they have them, like the wife's at the gym and she's got the hitman and they fake they tell the spouse and they cover them with blood and shit, and then they take the pictures and they got all the crime scene people and they come running, oh, what's wrong with my husband? And like, bitch, you under arrest.
Horrible. She didn't go about this very smart.
Well, most of them don't.
So she's being held on $100,000 bail and was scheduled to make her initial appearance on court on Tuesday, March 11th. But police in Florida told TMZ, which is like who first reported the news, that investigators found messages from Victoria to an inmate in a prison in the state about murdering her husband, Aaron. Mm-hmm. One of her texts read, "Am I a bad person because I chose to end his existence, not divorce?" And she has denied plotting to have her husband killed and wanting him dead. But police also told TMZ that she had provided the location and filming times of Aaron's hit show, and that she also set aside over $11,000 to pay the inmate in October of 2024. Mm-hmm. And they also exchanged messages about a $2,500 upfront payment.
Yep. You got to have active furtherance.
She communicated with the Florida prisoner several times about the scheme, including one message that read, "He's asleep right now in a hotel room. I need to know what's going on. Can I get an update? Was it done?" Police told the outlet that they became aware of the messages after corrections officers found and seized the smuggled phone that the Florida inmate was using. Victoria has denied plotting to have her husband killed and wanting him dead. She also claimed that she had no recollection of sending messages to the Florida prisoner and that she thought the money promised to be exchanged was for the cell phones. She was, however, she did concede that she and Aaron had been having marital issues. Well, Aaron was completely blindsided. He thought that they were in a very, very, very happy marriage. He thought everything was great.
Happy.
They were wed in October 2022. He just showed like big photos of them on Instagram, and they were perfectly happy. But
I don't want to know how
she obviously didn't.
I want to know how she hooked up with the inmate.
That's what I want to know too. That's not part of this, but I mean,
probably part of the pen pal program.
Probably.
You know why they call it pen pal?
Because you are writing a pen.
No, because they're in the penitentiary.
Oh, the pen.
Yeah. They weren't writing; they were texting.
Well, then, when I was in school and we had to have pen pals across the world,
I know that's different.
I wasn't in jail. I thought it was a pen like you're writing with a pen.
That is pen pals. Nobody does that anymore. The pen pal program now is where dudes be trying to find chicks and shit, or people to, give them some commissary money to buy some zing zings and zuzus and ramen noodles.
Hey, I've sent some commissary money to a pen pal that I have. A female pen pal.
Don't send any more.
Oh, no, that's been a long time.
Shame on you for having sexual relations with a. You just opened yourself wide up to that.
Why would you say that I had sexual relations?
Why would you send money to an inmate?
Because I'm talking to her for work reasons.
Well, you got to say that. You got to clarify that. I already knew what it was about. All right. Well, let's go to another, might be a 103 MMM. A dude named Matthew Herten, Hertgn. They said he may have been suffering from severe mental illness years before he did what?
Killed somebody.
Yeah, he did that. So, a plate and utensils smeared with blood were found inside his home in Princeton, New Jersey.
Okay.
And that's not the only thing they found. They found his dead brother.
Oh.
I should have done It's time for Family Matters. So he killed his younger brother, all right? And they, even in the scene, besides the plate and utensils of blood, they found a small cup filled with blood.
Ugh.
Right? So this plot thickens. On February 22nd, Matthew Herten, 31, he called 911 to report a fire and a dead body inside his house. And when the cops got there around 11:15 p.m., they found his little brother, Joseph Herten, who's 26. He was dead as shit on the dining room floor with a large pool of blood around his head and torso. And he appeared to have suffered blunt force trauma to the back of the head, as well as a major laceration to his chest and abdomen. And his right eye was not visible.
Oh.
Yeah. I wonder what that tastes like. They said there was a golf club nearby, as well as the body of, people are going to hate this, a dead cat, which had suffered blunt force injuries and was partially burned.
What?
Yeah. Got to kill a cat and burn it. Now, when the cops arrived, they naturally detained Matthew, and he had cuts on his hands. He told them he experienced a little madness about 40 minutes earlier. Now, during the investigation, cops spoke with Matthew and Joseph's older brother, who told them that Matthew had been experiencing severe mental illness for 5 years and that he had been extremely distressed, despondent, and experiencing terrifying visions on the day he murdered his brother.
Yeah.
Don't you think you should have called fucking 911? But on the night of the murder, the older brother texted Joseph telling him that Matthew was having visions and to let him know if he needed any help. And Joseph, the victim, responded, "Will do." Should have called 911. And of course, Joseph was pronounced dead at the scene. His cause of death is pending an autopsy. Well, and head bashed in with a golf club, eyeball eaten, and blood in a cup. Probably dead giveaway, no pun intended. So, but he's been charged with first degree murder, as well as weapons charges and animal cruelty charges. Don't forget the cat. So Matthew had played soccer at Toms Rivers North High School and went on to play at Wesleyan University in Connecticut. Joseph was a 3-time academic all Big Ten soccer player, played at the University of Michigan for, 3 years. He was also a high school 2-time MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. And he later graduated from Stephen M. Ross School of Business and had a career in assets management. And Matthew, of course, appeared in court on Thursday for a detention hearing. His parents weren't even there. Imagine that. And his ass is locked up.
Wow.
The blood cup full of blood and plates and utensils with blood on them.
And a burned cat and an eyeball missing.
That's what I'm pretty sure the eyeball is direct relation to the utensils.
Oh my gosh.
Why else? They didn't say his guts were on the plate. Why would you get shit out and put it on a plate unless you were going to eat it?
Why are you going to dig somebody's eyeball out of their head and then use a utensil, like sit down with a fork and knife and cut it? And
have a cup of blood.
Oh.
All kinds make the world go around.
Oh, I feel so sorry for that family.
Some people are just, some people are just sick. Some people are evil and some people heads are just, I'm not talking about meth heads and shit. I'm talking about, or people who smoke shit that potpourri that makes them crazy.
Yeah.
I'm talking about some people are just, their brains are sick as fuck.
Their brains are, and so I am going to talk about a New York mama.
New York? He's staying in New York.
Staying in New York. I don't know what's going on over there, but a 3-year-old boy was abandoned at a New York hospital and he died soon after. At approximately 11:30 a.m. on Sunday, March the 9th, an unidentified woman brought the unresponsive toddler to Sunny, which is SUNY, Downstate Medical Center. The child had bruises covering his face and body, and someone at the hospital stated, she said, "I heard that some lady was bringing in a baby lifeless." And when they tried to get the name, they tried to get more, like the name of the person, or any information about the baby, the woman just left. She took off. She had her car parked waiting for her and they just left. So the deceased was identified by his grandmother, Koyata Foster, and his name was King Davis, was the little boy.
Yeah.
While arriving at Sunny Downstate Medical Center, Foster spoke briefly to NBC News, and she delivered a stern message for whoever was involved in King's death. Obviously, she didn't think it was the mother.
Yeah, they're going to find out.
I'm the grandmother. It's hurting me, y'all. I don't know what to do right now. Whoever did this to my grandson, the grandmother is coming for y'all.
That's right. Get him, Grandma.
Foster, the grandmother, arrived with King's godmother, Sabrina Johnson, and they said, "When I see his face, the cutest little dude you'll ever want to see," Johnson says. And it was just so sad that he's no longer here. Johnson added, "You are no longer in pain. God gained an angel." And I'm so sad that it took only 3 years of him being on the world, because he could have been so much more. He could have been so much more.
Could have been anything.
The cause of death has not been determined. It's pending an autopsy, but King appeared to have signs of rigor mortis, suggesting that he was already dead when he was brought to the hospital. That's it. They're going to do their deal. They're going to do their deal, and that's just...
Does New York State have the death penalty?
Okay, I found this on the web for Does New York State Have a Death Penalty? Check it out.
Nope. They will not pay the ultimate penalty for doing that. Right?
Yeah.
Can you guess how many times you've probably tried the latest diet craze? It's like, I used to do Weight Watchers back in the day, counting the points. And the more you yo-yo diet, the more stubborn your fat gets, and then you're stuck like Chuck again. It's not about willpower. You've willed yourself through enough brutal diets and workouts. It's probably genetics, and doctors at Sono Bello can help determine if your body's problem areas are genetic. Wherever you have stubborn, diet-resistant fat and inches, Sono Bello's micro laser fat removal technology removes it for good in one comfortable visit. Those stubborn inches around your tummy are gone. Muffin tops, side fat, gone. Even saggy loose skin, gone. Permanently. All that's left are the beautiful natural curves you've been hoping to get. Warm weather is almost here. Now is the perfect time to visit Sono Bello and get your goal body in time for swimsuit season. Micro laser fat removal is the permanent solution, and Sono Bello doctors are the experts. Schedule your free consultation now and you'll get their best offer of the season. sonobello.com/RLRC. That's SONOBELLO.com/RLRC. We all know I love me some tacos. They're great every night of the week, not just Taco Tuesday. But Cyndi really wants me to eat healthier this year, and Factor chef-made gourmet meals have made eating well easy. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for my busy lifestyle. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals tailored to your goal. Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or Keto, Factor has it all figured out. My favorite meal has been the jalapeno sweet corn polenta and chicken. Imagine a whole chicken breast marinated in lemon juice, garlic, and smoked paprika, grilled until juicy and topped with a zesty salsa verde. It's served over a creamy Parmesan polenta loaded with diced jalapenos, corn, mozzarella, and scallions. Bell peppers, red onions, and cauliflower are served on the side with fajita spiced butter. It was delicious and nutritious. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use Factor Podcast to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's code FACTORPODCAST at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. All right. So I've lived all over the country, later years and work, with you, younger years, way before you, college years, military years, working for Flora Daniels, all the different plants across the United States, and lived a lot of places. And back in the young days, almost always had to have a roommate. Yeah, I don't think I had my first place by myself until I was in Tennessee working at DuPont. It was outside of Chattanooga. I did have a really nice place, but on the dam on the lake. But I always had roommates, and I always say nothing to kill a friendship quite as quick as having a roommate. Like you got your because you didn't have any money and shit, but you had your Subway sitting in the icebox and you worked and you got home and get ready to eat it and some motherfucker ate it. Or
why would they do that?
Shit, because that's what roommates did back then. Or they drank your beer or whatever, right?
I never had a roommate except if I was married to him.
Okay. I had tons of them and you had to set boundaries and shit.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's why as Steve Paragoy, my dad refused to have me have a roommate for that reason alone.
Well, let's go to Nashville, Tennessee. And a 24-year-old dude had a roommate and he shot and killed him.
Why?
He shot and killed him and then he ran like a little bitch. So the Tennessee man has been charged with homicide after police say he shot and killed his roommate because he believed his roommate had entered his bedroom without permission.
Okay.
Right? So Davis Alawa Jr., 24, has been held without bond for murdering his roommate, Junai Ishan Wilson, who's 33. On Wednesday night, and this according to Nashville PD. They said the murder took place shortly before 9 p.m. on Wednesday night at the roommate's home on Birchville Point. It's this neighborhood southeast of Nashville. Said Alawa was reportedly upset that Wilson may have attempted to enter his room when he wasn't home. But guess what? Wilson said, I didn't do it. And witnesses that were there attempted to de-escalate the situation before homie pulled the pistol and killed the roommate. So Nashville police say that Wilson was located at the top of the staircase with a fatal gunshot wound, or fatal gunshot wounds, plural. And Owalo Jr. fled the home with his girlfriend after shooting his roommate. And police say that he later on surrendered. I guess he realized he couldn't outrun the warrants and the eyewitnesses and all that shit. And he's being held without bail right now.
I want to know what's in his room.
I don't know.
I mean, like the mother found the dead body in her son's room, are there drugs in there?
We would like swap clothes and shit.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I would go to my roommate's room. It's just no big deal. Unless I was sleeping.
Right.
Don't fuck with Woody when he's sleeping.
No.
Right. But I'm probably not going to kill you for it.
Well, I haven't ever tried to wake you up when you're sleeping, so I don't know.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, take us somewhere else.
Well, we are going to Florida.
My chair squeaking.
I know. I brought another one. I have another one that I'm going to switch out.
All right.
You haven't squeaked it in a long time.
Florida.
Well,
what
woman.
Part of Florida?
Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
Florida woman is facing criminal charges for cutting a man's face open. They're at a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
I think you know what she cut his face open with.
I do, actually.
You want to say it?
Can of Pringles.
That's right.
Which is fucking stupid.
Horrible. On Thursday, March 6th, Shanika Serdal, who's 28 years old, was arrested and charged with aggravated battery for striking a customer at a 7-Eleven convenience store on International Drive in Orlando with the can of Pringles. The incident began when the victim, identified as Martin Milburn of Florida, said a man approached him at the 7-Eleven and made a comment about his vehicle. Milburn said he asked Serdal if she was with the man, and she eventually struck him in the eye with a Pringles can and took off running. Milburn was left with a significant cut on his right eyebrow and below his eye, which were bleeding. The cut looked significant and appeared that it would leave a scar and permanent disfigurement.
The reason they say that is in the state of Louisiana, if I hit you, if I hit you and it actually says it in the law, or if you lose consciousness, have to seek medical attention, or could suffer disfigurement, it makes it it's basically attempted murder.
Wow. So,
with a Pringles can.
Wow. While Milburn was treated at the scene for his injuries, Sir Dahl was located near the store by other deputies who brought her back to the 7-Eleven. Milburn identified her as the suspect, and the deputy read her Miranda rights, and he asked her what happened, and she said he was saying rude things and being disrespectful. And she said that at one point he called her
a C-U-N-T.
That's right. And then Milburn told the deputy that he was buying a drink, and all he asked her was if she knew who the guy was outside.
Probably the dude was booming his music or something.
I guess. She responded by saying, "That's my man," and turned around and hit me above the eye with the Pringles can.
You know, that they don't often in 7-Elevens have even the full-size Pringle cans. It might have been one of those little short ones.
Might have been.
You know what I'm talking about? Like
I do, the
can?
little bitty snack size.
Yeah.
A witness told a deputy, "All the guy was doing was informing me of another male customer that was laying down on the side of the building. The female called the guy a bitch and whacked him with the Pringles."
That's my man. We talking about my man, motherfucker.
Which literally went flying down one of the aisles.
I'm assuming if he's laying down on the side of the store, they're probably maybe are homeless or something and hanging out over there.
Maybe. I mean, it makes sense. The male customer's eyebrow was split open. She then left on foot. Oh my gosh.
They might have a little bit of a problem on how they got her back in the store for a lineup.
This is why I don't go to stores.
And we had cases like that where shit would take, it's shit hot is what we call it. And you get the suspect running down the street or whatever, and you bring them back and have them in the backseat of the car detained, and which is kind of a gray area, but if you have probable cause because your victim gave you your description, right?
Yeah.
And then you find this motherfucker running down the street in the middle of the night. He's got no shirt on, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Pick him up, bring him back, and you put a spotlight from another car in the back window so he can't see out who the victim is, right? And then you ask the victim, is this the person that did it? And I'm pretty sure I've always thought that's kind of not shady, but it's definitely not like doing a six pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the same time, you want to get it done, and you're working it on the scene. Of course, the defense attorney's going to play exactly what I played, but you got to do what you got to do. And Pringles, that's a new one. 30 years. Never heard of somebody getting ass whipped with a can. If I was that dude, I wouldn't even call the police. I mean, I'm not going to call him a C-U-N-T, but I might call him a P-U-S-S-Y. You're going to say a woman whooped you with a can of Pringles?
It's not funny.
What's the purpose? I mean, take your ass up and go home.
I mean, she just turned around.
Now,
that's my man.
Now you're famous on True Crime Time as the only person in the history of the world that ever got whooped by a can of Pringles.
Right.
In a 7-Eleven. Well, you know where we're going next.
New York City.
Nope.
Okay.
It's time for Worldwide Crime. We're going up north to our friends in Canada, specifically Toronto. Shout out to Dave McKinnon, who's been one of our moderators on the crew page on Facebook forever.
Yes.
And great dude. And he's a Canadian.
And Tyler Allen just had his 54th birthday yesterday.
Shout out Tyler Allen. I think I sent him a message. He's the host of Minds of Madness podcast. Has always been a friend of ours, even before we got big. But, our future son-in-law just got back from Canada.
He did.
Just spent a week up there. And I asked him, did he like the dark poutine? And he said no.
Mm-mm.
And I didn't know what that was. But we had our other friends from up there who had the podcast Dark Poutine.
Yeah.
Mark, what's his name? And I had to look it up. It seems like something I would dig.
I think you would dig it. I don't think I could do cheese and gravy on a French fry.
I'm not all about that.
Just give me some cheese or gravy. Mix it together. Not so much.
Well, I'm not taking you to Canada.
Just take me to Newfoundland, please. That's where my peeps are from. And that's where Dave is. So we can say, hey.
Okay. Well, we'll go see that. All right. So the other thing I know our friends up in Canada like to do is drink a little bit.
Just a little.
All right. And not throwing shade on that because we certainly
like to drink a lot.
Yeah, we like to drink a lot. So my liver
keeps you warm.
resting from last week, right?
It keeps you warm.
Doesn't keep me warm.
That's what they say. Alcohol, like a hot toddy. Doesn't it keep you warm?
Does it keep you warm?
Yeah.
I drink beer because it's ice cold.
I know, but then it warms your body up.
Jury's out on that one. All right, so let's go to Toronto. This is a sad story, actually. And on Friday, March the 7th, they had a big-ass shooting, all right? And 12 people were injured. And the incident occurred on Progress Avenue and Corporate Drive in the Scarborough district at around 10:39 p.m. local time. That's according to Toronto PD. And in a statement on X, do we even have X?
Yes, we do. It's just the Twitter, but it's real life crime podcast. But
anyway, in a statement on X, police said there were no life-threatening injuries, which is actually very good. And they said that 6 people suffered gunshot wounds and were sent to the hospital. And their ages from in their 20s to their 50s. Oh. So they all out, they were in a pub. I can get that far yet. So they all out enjoying a few pints, maybe some dark poutine. And motherfucker came in and shot up. I guess the best thing is actually, they said there's no fatalities, and I get that. Yeah. But motherfucker, if I got shot, it still sucks ass. Yeah. I mean, even if you get a graze, that sucks. Most of them are going to be penetrating in and out wounds and shit like that. Yeah. That's not good.
Recovery is not, no.
All you want to do is drink some fucking beer.
Plus the trauma of it. Like, are you going to be able to go to a bar again?
Yeah,
the PTSD.
Well, that would be really bad.
Yeah.
I'll sue the shit out of him for that.
Yeah.
So they said Toronto police deploying all available resources to locate and arrest those responsible. And like I told you, the shooting took place in a pub in the area. They didn't name it. And police said they are currently looking for 3 male suspects in this shooting. Their identities have not been released, but an initial X post shared by police stated that one suspect was wearing a black baklava, and he was seen fleeing in a silver car. Mm-hmm. Of course, they have some surveillance footage captured armed police at the scene and emergency service responders putting one victim on a gurney in the ambulance. That's not, you just want to have a poutine and a pint. Yeah. Why the fuck? You got to get put on a stretcher. Though at the mayor of Toronto, Olivia Chow, said on Facebook, I am deeply troubled. I can't do accent, Chow. And to hear reports of a shooting at a pub in Scarborough. I have spoken to the chief and he has assured me all necessary resources have been deployed. They said this is an early and ongoing investigation and police will provide further details. Our thoughts are with the victims and their families. So anyway, pretty crazy. Yeah. Canada, all the stuff going on with the U.S. and Canada, this politics, we don't do that on this show. We love our Canadian lifestyle. Isn't that like our second largest country?
Yes.
So all you lifers, I think, or is Australia second?
Canada's now second. I literally just looked at this morning.
Okay.
And then Australia.
Shout out to our lifers in Canada. We don't give you enough. And shout out to our lifers in Australia and the rest of the world that listen.
Yes.
Y'all rock. March is Sleep Awareness Month. The perfect time for you to think about the quality of your sleep and how the mattress you choose can make all the difference. Avocado Green Mattress is committed to providing mattresses that not only help you sleep better, but also are healthier for you and the planet. Did you know that with the right mattress, you can improve your sleep quality by up to 50%? If you're not waking up refreshed and ready to tackle the day, it might be time to consider Avocado and their sleep-enhancing design. Cyndi and I love Avocado for so many reasons. Not only are the materials organic and free of chemical and toxins, Avocado mattresses promote better sleep through breathable, naturally temperature-regulated materials, which is so important to our sleep right now. Did I mention there is a mattress to fit your needs too? Avocado offers gentle to firm to plush mattress comfort and support. Take their quiz to find out which mattress and comfort option is right for you. Avocado stands by their products too. They offer easy financing options with a firm, sleep trials up to 1 year, and options to try before you buy. Head to avocadomattress.com today and save up to 10% on certified organic mattresses. Dream of better.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 300 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Yeah.
Right.
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 You know, it's, you know what March is? You know, every month has like its whatever.
Ides of March Madness, sometimes Easter, crawfish season.
February's Blackish.
I'm not done yet. Crawfish season. I know what you're really going to say. My ex-wife's birthday.
You said it.
You say it every year. You never forget hers.
You don't.
And,
by the way, she has a right to be remembered. She is the mother of your firstborn.
That's correct. And let me come up with something else for March. I'll tell you what's going down this March. I'm planting the garden early this year.
Yes.
We're ready to start planting that mofo now. So I'm watching the shade on the back of the house here. I didn't get to tell you this. When I was out this morning looking, I could see where I thought there was going to be because the sun rises naturally on the east side of our house, and our backyard is on the west side where the river is. Mm-hmm. And so I'm trying to get the maximum amount of sun time for tomatoes and squash and all that. So we have a big garden at our other place, which is fenced in so the deer and the hogs can't get to it. And we grow everything, but this is the first time we're growing one here in some raised boxes.
Yeah. That a high school boy made.
That's right. Because he was trying to buy his first vehicle. Shout out to him. And I'm thinking about having a couple more made. But anyway, that's what's going down in March too. Some seeds are going down in the soil in the boxes in the backyard.
That's right.
Then I got to go up there and till the big garden.
Well, it's also Women's History Month.
Oh, I don't know how in the hell I missed that.
I don't either. I think because you celebrate women every month.
I mean, what they got a Men's History Month?
No, there's not. Every month is Men's History. I'm not throwing shade on
women. I mean, I love history, period.
I know.
I don't think
I agree with you.
It should be divided by month.
Well, you want to do a little quiz about?
Sure.
All right. So March
Betsy Ross.
Who?
Hillary Clinton.
Was the first female FBI agent hired in 1972?
That's easy.
Who?
Clarice. What's her name? Jodie Foster. Right? Chianti.
You got.
Is that right?
No, you have multiple choice.
Poor Clarice. Clarice.
Clarice is C on here.
Clarice is standing in the hall, and the dude in the cell next door whacks off and slings it on her. And Hannibal didn't like that.
Oh, no.
Hannibal was so badass, he made the dude choke on his own tongue without touching
Literally.
him.
Yeah.
But she got skeeted on, or we call that gassed.
Well, she
Some
did.
people call it Sendero flaying.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, we'll leave that alone. All right, so I didn't know it was multiple choice.
Yeah.
I'll get the other two right.
So, what do you want to know who it actually was?
Yeah. No, don't just. I want the answers.
Okay, the A. J. Edgar Hoover.
He did like to dress as a girl.
Yes, he did. B. Susan Raleigh Malone and
B.
Okay, very good.
Susan Raleigh Malone
and Joanne Pierce Misco. They were both together.
There you have it.
All right. One of America's most notorious female criminals, Eileen Wuornos.
Yes, she was put to death in Florida for murdering multiple men. She was a serial killer.
And what was her job? What was her profession before she became?
She was a prostitute.
That's right.
Yep.
Absolutely. And number 3, in March 1932, which famous aviator's infant son?
Got it.
Huh?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Amelia Earhart. But go. You give me my choices.
Was kidnapped in what became known as the crime of the century. That's right.
Lindenberg's, yep. Crime of the century.
4. What is the name of the infamous female criminal duo who went on a crime spree during the Great Depression and were killed in 1934?
Thelma and Louise. What are my choices?
I don't.
Just give me the choices. I'll get it. Give me the choices.
But this isn't right.
Just give me. What do you know about female
because I know one of these is a male.
Yeah, Bonnie and Clyde. No, give me the choices.
Bonnie and Clyde, Thelma and Louise, the Black Widows, and Ma Barker and Kate Bender.
What's the question?
What is the name of the infamous female criminal duo?
Well, if they said Bonnie and Clyde, that would be incorrect.
They said Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah. I would have guessed Ma Barker and
Kate Bender. Yeah. So I apologize for that. In March of 2014, the trial of which woman convicted of murdering her boyfriend, Travis Alexander, captivated the media?
Choices.
Jodi Arias, Casey Anthony, Lorena Bobbitt, Amanda Knox.
Arias.
That's right. Which woman, known as the Queen of Prisoners, was arrested in March 1869 for poisoning at least 11 people, including her own family members? A. Belle Gunness, B. Mary Ann Cotton, C. Lizzie Borden, or D. Nanny Doss?
Borden was an axe murderer, so she's out. I'm going with the last one.
Nanny Doss?
They're wrong.
I mean, considering they had Bonnie and Clyde wrong, but it says Mary Ann Cotton.
I don't know about that one. Leah Marie.
March 8th is International Women's Day, which female forensic scientist known as the mother of forensic science helped revolutionize crime scene investigation. You have A. Frances Glessner Lee, B. Patricia Cornwell, C. Mary Curry, or D. Temperance Brennan.
Patricia Cornwell is a author. And what are the other three? Frances
Glessner Lee, Mary Curie, or Temperance Brennan.
Okay, well, some reason I want to say the first one, but I'm going to go with Mary Curie.
You should have gone with your gut.
Yeah, the first one. Right?
Yeah. Which female serial killer ran a boarding house in California and was convicted of murdering her elderly tenants in the 1980s? Was it Belle Gunness, Nanny Doss, Dorothy Puente, or Lizzie Halliday?
Nanny Doss. Lizzie Halliday. The other ones.
Dorothy Puente.
I had no idea about that one either.
In March 1995, which famous female activist and cult leader was arrested? So she was a female activist and cult leader, arrested after leading a radical group involved in bank robberies and kidnappings. Was it Susan Atkins, Squeaky Fromm, Patty Hearst, or Angela Davis?
Patty Hearst was the victim, even though she participated in the Stockholm Syndrome. What are the other ones?
Susan Atkins, Squeaky Fromm.
Susan Atkins. I know her name. Squeaky Fromm. What's the last one?
Angela Davis.
And they robbed banks and shit?
Yeah, but the wording of this is wrong.
I can't remember what Susan Atkins did. I think she killed her kids. I don't know. What is it?
You were right with Patty Hearst.
Okay.
Just the framing of the question was wrong.
Well, they kidnapped her and they used for the bank. And then she ended up in the end having Stockholm syndrome where she sided with her captors.
Right.
Yeah.
So last question, which notorious female criminal known as the Black Widow was convicted of multiple murders and died in March of 2011? So is it Jody Buenoano, Nanny Doss, Belle Gunnis, or Velma Barfield?
Nanny Doss.
Judy Buenoano.
Judy Buenoano. The Black Widow.
Yeah. She is the Black Widow. Yes.
That's the name.
Thank you for participating in that.
Yeah, I don't mind doing this every once in a while. That was cool.
Yeah. That was a ChatGPT initiated quiz. So I'm going to have to make sure that it's fact checked. Sometimes
I'm pretty sure Bonnie and Clyde is incorrect.
I'm pretty sure too.
They were murdered. They were, legal murdered.
Yeah.
In North Louisiana. And the vehicle they were shot up in is in the basement of the Louisiana State Police headquarters.
And you've seen it, haven't you?
No, I'm not gonna lie and say I have. I've seen the pictures.
Oh, okay. I've
seen the real
down there.
real deal. I don't know how they say that. I think that might be a myth. They just told us that shit because we don't have basements.
Well, typically we don't have basements, but the state, the government building, like where my mom used to work, the original, it had a basement.
But Dad's law office had a basement.
Yeah. Well, your daddy's law office had a secret. It
had a sump pump there. I don't know how you have that because our water table is so high. Literally we're under you dig 3 inches and you got water.
Well, the Hilton that we stay at downtown, that they have a ton of it's part of the tunnel system. There's a tunnel that they actually have
they have tunnels that go underneath water, like in between.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. How we could have a basement down there with the sea level so low.
For the record, you already know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Want a place in Wisconsin. The absolute deal breaker has to have a basement. And I want the master bedroom to be in the basement. Not because of any other reason than, the basement I get to stay in, we get to stay in. It's much cooler, but it's also much quieter. And when people are over upstairs, people don't know I'm an introvert. When people are over upstairs, I don't really want to visit with them. I just disappear.
Yeah.
Into the basement. What
I don't understand is our rule, our laws, I thought every bedroom had to have a window. So how do you
where'd you get that from?
I was told that in house building and stuff like that, for a room to be considered a bedroom, it has to have a window.
I don't know about that. I thought you were saying because of fire or something.
Yeah, for fire, have an escape.
How many apartments do you think have bedroom windows?
I guess
Almost
I haven't been as worldly as you.
Yeah. You hadn't had all the roommates I've had.
Yeah.
I don't know. You better fact check that.
Well, why don't you fact check that?
I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
How is that stupid?
Is it a law that every bedroom has to have a window?
Here's an answer from realtibisnews.com.
A bedroom must have a minimum one window to provide light and ventilation. The size of the window is determined by the room square footage. Is that a law?
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Can you have a bedroom that does not have a window?
Here's an answer from swankyden.com and urintownsel.com.
Bedrooms are not required to have windows. However, it is not recommended to have a room without a window for safety and ventilation purposes.
Okay, well that's...
otherwise I'd just know hundreds of thousands of people that in violation of that law.
Yeah.
And who's going to enforce it?
The fire department, the fire marshal, when they come out to do the appraisals and the inspections.
When kids move out this month, congrats on them buying their first home. Mm-hmm. You might want to move your office upstairs and make that downstairs one a bedroom.
You trying to get rid of me?
Yeah. I'd never go. I've been up there like 3 times since we had the house.
I know.
I don't even think I've ever even been in that bedroom.
Have you ever even been in my office besides just standing in the door? Oh, yes, because you used to
I've
record
done
with
Zoom
Mike.
calls and recordings. Yeah. Anyway, all good. All right, we're out of here. Thursday. Y'all have a great effing weekend. I hope it rocks. I hope you eat some crawfish. Oh, shit. I forgot I got a brisket in the smoker. We got to go.
Okay.
I'm Woody Overton.
I'm Cyndi Overton.
I've been smoking this thing like 17 hours, y'all. We'll holler at y'all later. Peace.
All you homeowners have unique needs. Some feel the need to paint their door a vibrant shade of blue. Others have the need to decorate their bathroom with fish, anchors, and other nautical items. And because each homeowner has unique needs, Geico helps you get the right coverage for your home and what's in it. That way, you get exactly what's right for you, even if your needs are unique. Get more with Geico.